Hey, it's Jordan, the 1031 doctor, and today we're going to look at a deal in Colorado. And this is a pretty interesting uh, Jack in the Box in Colorado, and it's Golden, Colorado. And it just hit the market at $2.1 million. And the reason why I'm looking at this deal is because it's a corporate Jack in the Box, and they want an 8 cap, so I know there's going to be some issues. Let's see if we can find the issues. First one right off the bat, the initial term is going to be over in 1.8 years. They built this thing in 2007, right before the big recession, and that should tell you a few things. But the lot is a good sized lot, and it's in front of a Kohl's and a Home Depot, which is always great to have pads in front of them. But what you really have to be careful, all these companies, McDonald's, Jack in the Box, if they can go dark even and find a better location closer to the anchor, they'll do it. And this one doesn't look like there's extra pads around, but there's land next to this. Who knows? Maybe they want to buy the land and not pay rent anymore. But if you look here, here's the Kohl's, here's the Home Depot. You're right in front of the Home Depot, so you would think this would be better. But the ingress is over here and over here. So a pad by Duluth Trading might be better, or they might be able to get a pad right inside the parking lot, or this parking lot here might be up for grabs. You just don't know. You got to do deeper research to find out. But an 8 cap is always a great cap rate, and they have 4 or 5 year options, another 20 years. So the price point of 2.1 is pretty good, and I could see this rent of 167 being sustainable. I don't think it's particularly low. We'd have to see what the sales are, and we could probably figure that out with Placer AI. It's a Marcus and Millichap listing, my former firm, so that should tell you a few things. Jack in the Box, San Diego, 20,000. So there's 20,000 residents in Golden, Colorado, and I noticed that the population of Golden, Colorado has actually dwindled a couple of percentage points over the last 5 years. Not really sure why. But the average household income is 143,000 within 5 miles. That's pretty good. You've got the Colorado School of Mines, 8,000 students, and that's pretty good. Always having schools in the area is great. But maybe Golden, Colorado is just finding some flight to Florida and some of the tax-free states. That could definitely be the issue. But at an 8 cap, you really can't go wrong unless they decide to leave. That wouldn't be good. So I'm pretty sure you could replace those rents, 167, but it's not like cheap rent per se. That was 2007. There was a real high market right before the crash, and everybody was paying ridiculous prices for everything. You want to try to find rents in the during the crash, '08, '09. Those rents were lower, and it's kind of an interesting situation, interesting dynamic. Here's a little better picture of this deal. Um, and Duluth Trading across the street. There's some. It looks like the new concept. Here's the map. And here's a better picture of the property. And you see they have a single drive-through ingress, just one ingress egress, which is not, I don't like that. And it's not a hard corner. It's sort of in the middle of the thing there. Like I said, a good sized lot. It's corporate, which is great. And they've got options to stay if they want. There's a good chance they stay. There's a very small chance they leave, but they could. Here's a better picture of the property. Home Depot's great. You got a Hampton Inn here, and 6th Avenue. You got 30,000 cars, 15,000 cars. So this is not ground zero, high population, high density. But you see, you have a lot of land here, and that's basically. Here's another good picture of the property. This is this is the main anchor, Kohl's and Home Depot. Nobody's coming off the freeway necessarily to go to Jack in the Box. It's a second thought once they go here. They're not getting off the freeway to go to Jack in the Box. Interstate 70 is over here, so you'd want to be over here. It's like where Duluth is. I don't know what's going on over here, but here is a ramp going into this property here. Maybe that could be an exit. We'd have to do a better, deeper dive on that one. Camping World, there's the RV Place, Auto Nation. Okay, Jefferson County, Colorado. But listen, being in front of a Home Depot is great. There's no doubt about it. Here's the demographics. Average household 116 close by and 145 out to 5 miles. And that's pretty good. Average household income, yeah. No, that's basically it for this one. I would grade this a B minus to C plus. Um, I really want to know what their sales are to determine what the odds are of them renewing. I imagine they're pretty good. So, but an 8 cap is great. So that's basically it. It's the 1031 doctor. If you're in an exchange, I analyze these deals. I give you a second opinion for $299. I can also refer brokerage and do brokerage and find properties for you in your exchange. You can reach out at 1031doctor.com, Jordan at 1031doctor.com. Have a great day.